record, and I'm just recording myself. And I'm going to share with you the items. Oops, I'll wait for a moment. The items that we'll be using this evening. First, I'm going to light my candle because it is it is the last official day of summer, and we're shifting. We're switching gears. Tomorrow is the equinox, so it's so exciting to be with you. This is a very special day, isn't it? And I'm going to go through what I have here. I have pillows. You can see you don't necessarily need to have four pillows. Please have two larger pillows. Oh, great. Here comes another friend. So I'll just wait for a moment. And and I'm just started going through what we have. I made sure I lit my candle. And happy equinox to everyone. Tomorrow's the equinox, so it's a special day to be with you. I have a scent that I like to use. I enjoy rose water. I just like it. It's nice. And we'll utilize that towards the end of our practice for our final relaxation. I also have an eye pillow. And this was just a nice little inexpensive thing I bought at a crafty show. But having something to cover your eyes, I think we might all be wearing glasses and taking our glasses off when we come into the posture. Because if you're like me, you can't see anything if they're off. And then placing an eye pillow or even a wash rag or something over your eyes, it really assists your nervous system in toning it down and relaxing. It makes us more receptive. And so I have those two items. I'm just going to place them off to the side here. I have a blanket to cover up with. I won't be using it over the course of our practice, but just having a blanket in case it gets chilly for you and your space, it's really important to have something to cover up with so that you can, again, allow your nervous system to just really relax. And I have three folded blankets. So the three folded blankets, they don't all have to be the same blanket, but just having three folded blankets, having two large bed pillows. More cozies are fun too. So if you have more cozy things, that's great. You can kind of incorporate them with your practice. I also have these two throw pillows because more cozies are more cozy. Then I have a chair. Now, we're going to start actually utilizing the chair. We're going to begin seated in a chair. If you either have a chair or a stool, here's a stool works as well. But we're going to use it for about three different postures that we're doing tonight. So I'm real excited about it because I love using props, and obviously this is a prop heavy practice. So to begin, we're going to go ahead and get things set up so that we're ready for our first restorative posture. We're going to have a chair, and I just have it kind of set up on my mat. If you don't have a mat, it's no big deal. And I'm going to take a blanket and I'm going to place it on my chair because it is a hard chair. I'm going to take my two other folded blankets, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the smooth edge of the blanket and place it away from the chair. And I'm going to do this with two blankets, making a nice stack with them. And I really want there to be a smooth edge because we're going to be utilizing these blankets. We're going to find a chest opener. It's a very gentle kind of back bend and chest opener that's going to allow your upper body to relax off of these blankets. But we become like the princess and the pea. I'm going to also take a bed pillow and place it at the end because we're gonna get there. But right now we're here. So I'm gonna start my music up because I love to have my music as well. There we go. We're gonna begin seated. So we have everything set up for our first restorative posture. But we're going to start seated, and you can orient yourself however you do. That's what I love about this also. And make use of the items in your home. Just be generous with yourself. Be generous. Give yourself everything that you need. Kind of nice to have your feet on the cushions, also on the blankets folded up. And so you're gonna find a seat, find a tall spine, and Try to have yourself oriented so you don't have to turn and look at me. I'm going to turn and look at you, but you don't have to do that for me. And rub up and down your legs, coming into your space, and now you're taking your time, getting your interesting setup as well, and rubbing the legs when you get there. Maybe you lift your ball of your foot and place it back down on that softness under your feet, and lift your heel of your foot and place it back down in the softness. You can wiggle a little on your sits bones, shifting your weight from one to the other and coming to center. Let your shoulders come up to your ears and roll back. And take a deep breath in and just let it go, sigh it out. Now you're going to bring one hand to your belly and the other to your heart. Allow your eyes to soften or close and come into your breath, noticing how you feel. Allowing your breath to change, to do whatever it does under your observation. Letting your shoulders maybe soften at each exhalation. Maybe your jaw relaxes, your tongue relaxes in your mouth. And as you're here, you're offering yourself this time that you've set aside. This is time for you to recharge, to plug yourself in just like you would plug in a device, to care for yourself just as you would extend care to someone you love very much. As you breathe, maybe smile into the palms of your hands. And smile into your body. Accepting yourself with compassion for your humanness. Releasing expectations. And take a nice deep breath in and sigh it out through your mouth. I'm going to bring your hands together and rub them, and getting them warm. And for those of you who were in Qigong class on Thursday, we did some warming of the hands and a little bit of attention and thought to the metal element and the season of autumn, which is, oh, it's right here, to the lung, an organ associated with the metal element. You're gonna rub your hands, maybe do just massaging them, just massaging. You might play in the webbing between each finger. And this is actually a really great practice to do as the weather begins to cool. Part of the reason is because our hands get a little stiffer, our circulation. I know my hands get kind of cold easier, and we want to feel pliable in the tissue. But we also want to maintain a nice flow of the energy through the lungs so that we can breathe and have nice, healthy respiration. And also so that we can process grief and disappointment. Grief and disappointment can store in the lungs, according to Chinese medicine, and especially if we have issues with allergies or upper respiratory infections and problems like that, we want to be very kind and loving to our experience. There's a cycle to everything. There's a time for everything. And right now it's time for the trees to let go of their leaves and for the energy to flow into their roots downward into the earth. Rubbing the space between your first finger and your thumb, really giving it a little palpation, noticing if it feels tender. Mine always feels tender. I think, we're always kind of coming to terms with releasing disappointment. And sometimes it's just that the fun is over. That happens. More fun will come. So giving yourself that little massage and that kind of meet of the hand between the first finger and the thumb, and then we'll come to the other hand and find that same massage. And our therapeutic yoga practice incorporates self massage, it incorporates gentle movements, and it also incorporates these supported restorative postures, breath awareness. And at the end of our practice, we'll have a longer guided meditation as well. That's a nice experience. All right, now shaking out your hands. Let's take these really charged hands and just tap the head. Give your head a tap. You can tap the top of your head. You can tap the forehead. Ooh, yeah, come to the area between the eyebrows and give that a tap. Calm the spirit point. And tap dancing away with as much or as little pressure. And this is a great thing to do at the end of a day. Just releasing everything you've had to think about. Just letting it process as well. I love the tapping. I think it just feels really nice. And taking a few deep breaths as you tap dance your way around your head. And we're going to tap under the collarbones. So giving the collarbones a little tap. And taking a deep breath, we're going to find a healing sound for the lungs. And it's the sound of zzz, like a whole bunch of Z's in a row. Inhale through your nose and exhale nice and slow. A nice long exhalation of You can do it a few times. You can keep doing it. When you're in your space, and maybe your cat looks at you, or or someone else in your house wonders what you're doing, but you can chuckle about it because it's okay. You're not hurting anyone. Now let your hands come down and let your palms face up. Just feel the reverberations through your hands. Being with your experience in a sacred time you've set aside. I'm going to find some cat-cow movements of the spine. Let your hands rest on your legs. Open up your chest, maybe look up, and then round forward. Let your chin come towards your chest. Finding some nice gentle movements of your spine. And as we move, we can enrich our experience by bringing awareness to our breath, and by bringing awareness to the gentle pressure of the hands. And that opening of the chest, you can even envision just this real wonderful relaxed opening the front of your lungs, and as you round forward, you're opening the back of your lungs. You're encouraging all of this space. One or two more of these, and then we'll begin to transition Coming back to center. Let your shoulders come up to your ears and roll back a few times. That's just good stuff also. Hey, if it feels good, maybe your arms want to make circles. Your elbows can stay bent. Softening your joints, softening your fingers and your hands, your wrists, elbows, can be nice and soft. Go the other way if that feels good too. Ooh, while you're swimming in the water, swimming forward. Feeling your spine move, that undulating current of your spine. Coming back to center, shake things out, give yourself a wiggle. And we're going to make our way to our first restorative posture. Gotten our spines warmed up, which is really great. And we're going to come down to a seat. What you're going to find is you're going to find yourself sitting with your kind of your bum here at the edge of your blanket. And what you want to be able to do is to lie back and have the blankets come to the edge of these blankets that are so nicely folded. They come to what's called like the bra line vertebrae. And you relax back, and your pillow might be too high. Actually, my pillow feels really good. You want your shoulders to relax off of your blanket. They're not on your pillow because we want this very gentle opening of the chest. And we're also going to let the lower legs, be supported by the chair. Now, it's important to get yourself quite comfortable, to take your time to make it delicious. If it's not where you need it to be, mine's not, I'm going to roll to my side and come up and make those adjustments. And so that's something also that's very important to be able to do, is to make those adjustments as well. So being willing to maybe bring your chair a little bit closer, to extend your legs, and then to allow yourself to just relax back and to cover up with a blanket. Have your eye pillow close by, and I'm just going to make a quick adjustment here because sometimes my music stops working and then I have to fix it again, and that's okay. Something I love about our practice, and I think something that's helped me quite a bit, is I've been practicing therapeutic yoga, is that it helps me to come from a place more of response than reactivity. Things don't always work out how we want them to, and that's okay. So you're getting yourself comfortable. Hopefully you have your eye pillow close by, you're covering up with a blanket. If you like a blanket, you have your lower legs from the knee down supported. Ooh, there we go. And you might have to lift your pelvis and press your buttocks downward. That can help alleviate a little pressure in the low back. And if this is uncomfortable, if it's too much of a stretch through your chest, again, you can roll to your side and maybe remove one of the blankets so that it's lower, so that you're closer to the ground, or remove both of the blankets and just let your feet be on the chair. This posture is called flowing water. If you're wearing glasses, once you've gotten yourself comfortable and you feel very comfortable, it's very delicious. Remove your glasses, place them off to the side, and then bring either an eye pillow or a towel or something to your eyes closing your eyes to just allow yourself to rest. You're going to let your arms relax out to the sides, maybe the palms of your hands facing up. Another reason that I have these um, little pillows is that if your wrists feel kind of sore or have any inflammation in the hands, you could put an extra pillow down and let your lower arm and your hand and wrist rest on that pillow. So you're getting yourself comfortable and once you get there, take a deep inhale and let it go. Feel yourself supported by your props. Feel yourself supported by the earth. And in that support, you are safe to relax and soften with each exhalation. Flowing waterfall encourages the venous flow of your blood from the legs back towards the heart. It's good for tired legs. It's also good for the flow of lymph, and lymph drains from our legs, our feet, all it has to come all the way up to our chest to drain and to kind of help to clear our body of some of the byproducts from our cellular respiration. Flowing waterfall encourages that relaxation and softening. It allows your heart to work a little easier. And then it allows your lungs to work a little easier as well. Relax the back of your head. And allow your eyes to soften under that towel or eye pillow. Allow your forehead to soften. You're getting a gentle stretch through your chest and abdomen. A slow release of tight tissue through a long duration of progressive relaxation. See if your breath wants to draw down towards your belly on your inhale, like pouring water into a beautiful jar. And as you exhale, your belly relaxes and releases like you're pouring that water out. Your breath makes its way down towards your belly, expands through your chest, through your upper chest as well, and then releases from your upper chest, your side chest, and your belly. And now notice the support under your lower leg, the support under your sacrum, and the support under the back of your head. And release. Let go. Let your breath do whatever it wants to do and allow yourself to rest. Begin to deepen your breath and make small movements with your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. As we begin to transition out of this posture, we're going to do so very slowly, coming into a side lying position. So you're moving your wrists and your ankles, and your eyes remain closed as you begin to remove that eye pillow from your eyes. Keep them closed. The light can be surprisingly bright. You don't need to return glasses yet. We're not going anywhere far. Bend your knees and let your feet come to the edge of your chair. Maybe that could feel nice. And you can kind of shift your knees one direction and then the other. And then we'll roll onto your side. So rolling off of the height of the blanket. And you're also, as you roll over, maybe you bring a pillow between your knees and you bring the pillow from under your head with you off of the blanket as well. And just gonna lie here for a moment. You might take the two blankets from behind you and kind of put them against your back body. You can pull them up and over, and we're lying here just like you would in bed. It doesn't matter which side you're lying on, and your eyes can remain closed. We're going to cross the arms and let your hands touch your shoulders, and we're going to find these gentle butterfly pats. So patting one shoulder and then the other, one arm and the other. It doesn't matter if it's not the shoulder, wherever your hands land. Just give yourself these very nice little gentle pats. And then rest. Take a few breaths just lying here. This is very good practice for in the morning, maybe when you start to wake up. if you're able to just lie on your side for a few moments and give yourself a little pat, it helps to regulate your nervous system. Taking a nice deep inhale and giving yourself a sigh. I'm gonna slowly come to a seat. And I'd like for you to keep your chin tucked towards your chest until your spine is vertical. So you kind of push yourself forward. There is a very specific, it's slow to push yourself up to a seat, and you can kind of scoot your blanket out of the way, and keeping your chin tucked until you can come to a full spine and your head can float up. And you might stretch your legs out in front of you. If you have glasses, you might reapply them. And we're going to just kind of point and flex your toes a little and bring your wrists out and point and flex your wrists. Bring your fingers back towards your face and make fists. And so kind of play around a little with your ankles too. It's like you're conducting a cosmic orchestra. That's like my favorite thing to say whenever I cue this movement. You've got your feet and your hands, and you're conducting a cosmic orchestra. Let them do what they want to do. Oh, you're going to bring your hands to your legs and give your legs little pats. You can pat as far down as you go. Maybe you pat your upper leg, you pat down to your knees, you pat all the way down to your shins, you come back up. Wherever you go, we'll do that a couple more times. Just patting up and down the legs, letting your upper body relax forward. Coming back up. Being gentle with the knees. Knees are tricky. Maybe rub the knees. Actually, let's do that. Take your hands and rub them together first. Get them nice and warm, and then come to one of your knees and give that knee a nice massage. The back of the knee, the front of the knee. You have healing hands. And I think all humans have the capacity to offer themselves that healing love and kindness. Like we'll, pet our animal or comfort a friend with our hands, touching their shoulder or giving them a hug. And that conveys this healing energy. Do it to the other knees. Kind of envisioning this beautiful healing energy making its way into your knees, encouraging this sense of being able to move forward, whatever direction you're going, feeling like you're releasing any encumbrances. You're letting go of whatever's holding you back. And warm knees. Our next posture is forward resting butterfly. We're going to use the chair or stool, whatever you have, and the blanket. And we're going to take another blanket. First, you might help your knees to bend. That's another way to be kind to our knees. I'm going to take one of our blankets and I'm going to fold it up so that my bum is going to go here on this blanket. Now, I have a blanket on the chair. I have a blanket where my bum is going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and have a seat on this one. Very graceful. And I'm bringing the soles of the feet together to touch. Now, your feet might be further away. That's okay. They might be closer in. It really doesn't matter. But if you have those pillows, your bed pillows maybe, you could prop a bed pillow up underneath of your hips and kind of allow your hips to have a little more support. And if having the knees bent is quite uncomfortable, maybe you extend your legs and let the pillows rest, or let your legs rest on the pillows. So now this is a couple different ways that we can do things. Now, the reason we're sitting on a little height is it allows our pelvis to kind of find a different tilt that encourages our spines to lift up nice and tall. I'm gonna put the soles of my feet back together because that works for me. And you're gonna take your arms up overhead and let your hands interlace and your pointer fingers point up. And we're like a pendulum going one direction and then the other direction. Oh, and you might not go very far, and your hands might not be very high. Okay. Doing this lateral stretch. I know another way that I like to do it is to just let one hand come to the ground and the other arm come over. Do that too. So fun to have these different gentle yoga variations with our practice as well. And coming back to center, gonna fold forward. So allowing your forehead to rest on the seat of the chair. Your arms, maybe your shoulders just fold forward and your arms can be somewhere, wherever they land. You can play around with it. Maybe they're outside of the legs of the chair, or either inside the legs of the chair. It doesn't matter. If this is too deep of a fold, you can fold your blanket up a little more. You could place another pillow under your forehead if that would help too. You can kind of spend a little time, again, making this what it needs to be for you. Maybe your arms want to rest on the chair or under your forehead. And so you kind of play around here a little bit, and then eventually you commit to stillness. Now, the goal in this posture, this is a forward resting butterfly, is to relax into the posture as much as possible. And maybe that means that your cheek is on the mat or is on the chair. Just kind of play around, get yourself where you need to be. And if that's the case, I'll cue when it's time to turn your head to when it's time to turn the other cheek. Or encouraging an openness in the back of the body. And just breathing up and down your spine. You're also getting a gentle stretch in your hip flexors. And our hip flexors being quite tight has a big effect on our low back. And so as you breathe and sort of rest more into this posture, you're again encouraging that slow release of tension. And relax your jaw. Close your eyes. Maybe you remove your glasses. One of the reasons I wear my little scarves is because my glasses hook into it nicely and it prevents them from falling off. But you don't have to worry about that. You're not instructing anything. You can just remove your glasses and soften your eyes and breathe into the back of your body. Forward bends are very restorative. Encouraging the parasympathetic nervous response. If your head is turned on one cheek, you can turn it to the other. Or maybe your head is just resting, your forehead resting on the chair. begin to deepen your breath. Maybe find a sigh on your exhalation. We're going to practice that coming to a tall spine, keeping your chin tucked. So very slowly bring your chin to your chest and then unfurl yourself. Let your head be the last thing to lift. Is that change in elevation makes a difference in how you feel. Now we're going to bring your hands to the outsides of your knees and bring your knees upright. And remove your pillows. Remove your blanket from the seat of your chair. And we'll push the chair out of the way. We're done with the chair or the stool. And it's always there for you whenever you need it. But right now, you're done with it. I'm gonna make our way to lying down again for a supported reclined twist. Now, what I'd like you to do is take a blanket. Maybe it's the one that you were sitting on, and you have it folded so that it's kind of a long, kind of a long rectangle. It gives you a little bit of height. And then you're going to take two of your pillows and you're going to put them, let's put them to the right of that. You're going to take one of your blankets, and I'd like for you to fold it kind of the same way, and you're going to put it to your left. Kind of what we're going to do is we're going to find a twist where your knees are going to come onto these pillows. Your bum is going to be up on this blanket. You're going to shift your knees so they're going to go to the pillow. And then you want to have a little support under that left shoulder since your knees are going to be going to the right. So that's why we have that. And I have another blanket that I'm going to just let my head rest on. And maybe you have another pillow and you could just put that there for your head to rest on. That's fine too. So we're going to get ourselves set up so that you're sitting on your blankets. And so you're sitting on that height. You have your two pillows there. Maybe you have another pillow close by. You can kind of play around with this. And you're going to lie back down. You're going to lie down and you want to have your hips supported by the folded blanket, and then you can adjust everything else. You can bring another blanket under the back of your head, of this blanket, or maybe a pillow for your left shoulder, and we'll get there in a moment. Have your bed pillows. And making sure your sacrum is supported. So the very base of your spine is supported. Your hip points are directly over the edge of the blanket, kind of. And then bring your knees in. You can play around there. This can feel kind of nice too with the height underneath of your hips. Just stretch your legs out and do a waterfall and point and flex your toes a little here. Feel really nice. And you're going to bend your knees. And we're going to bring both knees over to the right. Going to allow the pillows to support them. Maybe you have another pillow that's going to be between your knees. And it's okay if you're not terribly twisty. Maybe you have more height. That's why I like having lots of pillows and lots of blankets. You could have a lot of height here. Because we're just looking for a gentle twist. I don't really need either of those things. So I'm just going to let my knees fall to the side. And I'm going to allow my left shoulder to rest on this blanket. I'm going to bring it up a little bit more. Oh, maybe you have a pillow for your lower arm. Why not? Extend both arms. If there's too much height under your knees, feels like you want more of a twist, more sensation, you can remove a blanket or remove a pillow and just have your knees falling onto one pillow. Fine too. Playing around here, getting yourself to a yummy place, and then maybe your gaze, your head turns to look over your left shoulder, so we have this twist.
It's a supported twist. And so you really have to listen to your body and make adjustments. Listen to your internal wisdom so that you're able to really soften and just enjoy the benefits of the posture. Taking a big inhale and then let it go. Knowing that, you don't even have to have height under your hips. It's just another way to do things. There's countless ways. I want you to feel comfortable, to breathe, and know that this twist is massaging your internal organs. In fact, they call it milking the organs. When you're in a twist, it is said to constrict the blood flow. And then when we come out of the twist in a few moments, the blood rushes into the tissue, really nourishing it. Twists are good for spinal health as well. Breathing naturally. Maybe finding a smile, finding a little more softness. And with our arms outstretched, we're also encouraging the flow of energy through those lung meridians. The health of the lungs and the ability to release and let go. Letting go. And take a deep breath in and let it go. And bring your head back to center. Now bring your knees back to kind of parallel. You might draw them in towards your chest. You might readjust your blanket or even remove it completely. You can stretch your legs out for that waterfall action. That can feel really nice. And from a lying position, if it's possible, we're going to sort of move things over to the other side. So you could bring your feet down to the ground. So now you have this supported bridge happening. And you can bring your pillows, your stack of pillows to the other side. You can bring your shoulder support over to the right. Oh, that's nice. And bend your knees and let them fall to the left. Oh, and each side is different. Your arms extend. Maybe you have your pillow fort. You adjust your pillow fort however it wants to be adjusted. And you turn your gaze to look over your right shoulder if that feels good. Taking a few nice, slow, deep breaths. Letting your jaw relax and allowing for that abdominal massage. And then encouraging the circulation through your spine. Encouraging your hands to soften. Sometimes we unknowingly clench our fists. And you relax your hands and
Let go. Feel yourself supported. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Bring your knees back to center and your head turns back to center and your legs extend towards the ceiling. You can kind of shake your legs. Maybe bring your arms up in front of you and move your wrists and fingers as well. And conduct that cosmic orchestra of your feet and your hands towards the ceiling. Oh, bring your feet to the ground, bending your knees, and let your hands come to rest on your abdomen. Lily, I'm going to have you press through your feet and lift your hips. Remove that height from underneath of your hips. Bring your hips back to the ground and then draw your knees in and just rock a little from side to side, kind of wringing out that experience. You can rock across your sacrum and taking your knees, maybe you make circles with your knees. They could go in opposite directions or they go in the same direction, however it feels good. Just sort of making some circles, rocking, letting your chin come a little closer towards your chest as well. And that rocking can feel so nice. And then bring your feet back down to the ground. And bring your hands to your belly. And then just rub your belly. Rub your belly up and down your belly and maybe from side to side. Just let your hands go wherever they want to go. Just like when you're giving affection to a cat or a dog, they like their belly rubs. My cat, she'll climb into bed sometimes, and well, she likes to lay on top of the covers, but she'll plop down and present her belly, and it's a very special moment where I'm allowed to rub the belly, and I must do it just so. That belly is so soft and inviting, and so just allowing your belly to be nice and soft and inviting, and feeling your breath move down into your belly as well, loving yourself right where you are. Our organs of digestion being so important
in helping us to transform emotions as well as foodstuffs. The earth element, feeling supported and secure, is very, very imperative to our being able to let go. Nice and going wherever you go with your belly rub. Take a big inhale and just let it go. I'm gonna roll over to your side. And we're not gonna linger too much, but keep your chin tucked as you press yourself back up to a seat. We're gonna prepare for our final relaxation. It's going to be floating star. So you're going to take your blankets. You have a blanket folded in half, long blanket. Put that down, and a bed pillow goes on top of it. And we'll do the same thing on the other side, taking your blankets. I have to do a little refolding. Have a nice long fold, tight, but not you're not going too high. But our lower legs are going to rest on our pillows, and you're definitely going to want to have something in the back of your head. So if that's your third blanket, that's fine. Or maybe you have another pillow, whatever you have. Get yourself kind of set up. Since I do have my throw pillows, I'm just going to put them kind of where my arms are going to go. And I'm also going to create a cervical roll for the back of my head and my neck. I'm going to take the bottom of the blanket and roll it up a little bit. And this way, when I lie back, I have a little more support. I might have to redo it when I lie back. But what we're going for is to have your legs from the knee down or so supported by your pillows. So you can kind of taste test it. You can come down and maybe your legs want to be closer together. Maybe they feel good being a little bit more further apart. And your arms are going to come down with perhaps your wrists resting on pillows. You're going to want to maybe roll the blanket so that you have that support under your cervical spine. And get yourself so that it's comfortable. Make sure you have your eye pillow and covey up with a blanket, because we're going to be in a restore in this final posture for a little bit longer. So I want you to make sure that you're totally comfortable. So you're making any adjustments you need to. You also have your aromatherapy close by. If you need to get another pillow, go get another pillow. Generosity, generous with yourself. I've got my blanket all cattywampus, but like I said, I'm not going to have a blanket on me. In fact, I'm going to end up moving so that I can read a guided meditation. But once you get yourself nice and comfortable, a ponytail out. You're going to remove your glasses if you have glasses on, and put them off to the side. I'm going to take a little bit of your aromatherapy. It could be a lotion, it could be an essential oil that you like, rose water like I like, and rub it between your hands and bring it to your nose and just take a few deep breaths with that scent that offers you a sense of ease and peace. Breathing in and out. Maybe you take that scent and you anoint yourself. Maybe you bring it to the area under your collarbones and you anoint over your lungs. Maybe you anoint your belly or solar plexus area under the sternum, someplace where you feel a little tense, offering yourself that anointing and that consideration. making sure again that you can be nice and comfortable. And if you need to make any adjustments, or if it's better for you to um, lie without the legs supported in this particular fashion, I'm going to offer one more way. But if you feel totally comfy, that eye pillow on and get ready to soften. You're uncomfortable, you come to your side and you sit up nice and slow. You might bring your blankets and pillows so that you can have a little bit more support under your knees without the legs being quite that way. And you can bring your legs over that support. So that's another way to do it. There's always ways. Once you get yourself there and your eyes have softened and closed, take a deep inhale and let it go. Relax your jaw. Relax your forehead. Allow your eyes to soften. Let your nose relax. Your neck, your shoulders release into the support beneath them. Your arms, elbows, your wrists and your hands, your fingers soften. Your chest, your abdomen, and your pelvis soften. Your hips, your legs, your knees, ankles, feet, and toes relax. Your spine, from your sacrum all the way up to the crown of your head, soften. You are supported. Your breath is natural, unconditioned. And here in this place, we're going to take a trip, embracing and opening to this universal love that is installed more clearly and deeply into our souls. It's a special kind of love that is more highly refined and has a higher level of consciousness than human love. It is simultaneously many things. It is a feeling of being loved by a kind and wonderful energy. It is a feeling of being loved by an energy that is fully capable of taking care of all of your needs. It is a healing and enhancement of your own ability to love so that there are no unhealthy feelings associated with it. It is a love that you have for yourself and others that feels very natural and normal. It is an energy similar to the life energy that flows throughout your body and your entire being and is part of who you are.
It can be present in your space without having to have someone or something as its focus. It soothes, relaxes, nurtures, and heals very deeply. Imagine it is a clear, sunny day. You are walking through a beautiful forest. As you breathe into yourself, you are breathing in the life essence of the forest. With each step you take, the energy of the earth is flowing up through the bottoms of your feet. As you walk along, allow yourself to experience the trees, plants, flowers, and grass to merge with the life, the harmony, and peace of the forest. As you continue to walk along deeper into the embrace of the forest, you turn a corner and see the waterfall of peace. Follow the path to the waterfall. Glittering, shimmering light reflects off of the pool of water at the waterfall. You realize this is no ordinary light, but it is the light of universal love. You allow the light to enter your soul. Allow the light to guide you.
find a full body stretch. Maybe sigh or yawn. And with your eyes closed, begin to remove your eye pillow, being gentle and aware that the light is a little bright, even when it's dark. Keeping your eyes soft or closed, bend your knees, and begin to roll to your side and be there. Maybe you bring your pillow in, and place your hand under your head. Bring a pillow between your knees, whatever feels good. Just being here for a few breaths before very slowly making your way up to a seat, keeping your chin tucked until you come to a tall spine. Maybe applying your glasses if they're off to the side. Sitting however it's comfortable. Rocking a little from side to side and front to back. And bring one hand to your heart and the other to your belly. Smile into your hands and into your body and offer yourself kindness and compassion, peace and love, and gratitude for taking this time for your practice. And palms of your hands together. Namaste, friend. It's just an honor to get to be with you at the turn of uh, our weather and the changes into our season of autumn. Love it.